The last American soldiers to die was the only member of the Army to be killed in last week's suicide attack outside the Kabul airport. Staff Sgt. Alena Knauss was 23 years old when he died, along with 12 other American service members. He was assigned to the Army Special Operations Force's Psychological Operations Unit. Those barest of brief biographical details, of course, don't tell you nearly enough about who he was and what he was like. Well, just before airtime, I spoke to his wife, Alena, about Ryan's life and service. Alena, thank you so much for joining us. I'm so sorry for your loss. How are you holding up?
I know grieving is a different process for everyone, so as well as I can be at the moment.
What was Ryan like?
I think the word that has been most commonly used these past few days is very charismatic. We don't have the time, to talk about every little thing about him, and I wish we did, because I wish I could give that little bit of him to people, because he was just wonderful through and through. He was one of those people you could not hate, and when you met him, you thought about him until, one day you're like, why am I thinking about this person? He was just really one of those people that he could have the smallest interaction with and truly touch them.
Now, I understand that you kind of went to rival high schools, didn't you?
In a way, yeah. It's gonna sound bad, but he went to Gibbs, which was like the local high school, and I didn't want to go to Gibbs. I wanted to go to the Alena STEM Academy, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics downtown. And so he always gave me so much, for not going to the local one. He's like, you just really thought you were above everyone. I was like, no, I wanted to break out, So,
But
in a way, yes.
But you were high school sweethearts. How did you meet?
We worked at a very small pizza shop in Fountain City, Tennessee together. His brother was actually the manager at the time, and I had worked with his brother, and we were really good friends. And then one day this kid showed up, and I was like, God, he thinks he owns the place. Like, who is this guy? I was just like, who? Like, and he was like, oh, that's my brother. And I was like, oops, okay. He's like, no, please give him a hard time. He has the confidence. He needs to be knocked down a little, and I've been doing it ever since.
He was very good looking. I've heard you say that. I've heard that you actually didn't do much work when he was around because you were kind of smitten with him. Is that true?
Yeah. He would get frequently annoyed. I keep telling people I was his PR because, he would be trying to talk to me or, just even eat in peace. And I would just be over there with my phone, no, just look that way, I was smitten. People say that the cupcake phase or the honeymoon phase ends, and it did not for us, which I am so grateful for.